guys, welcome to class today. So we're going to be practicing advanced English, and we'll be practicing our speaking and reading in today's class. And our topic for today is kind of interesting. It's about technology and robotics specifically. And some people are very in favor of robotics for the advancement in technology and how it's able to help industry. But then other people are kind of against it, saying that it could be taking jobs away from people, and that there could be some possible dangers associated with advancing artificial intelligence. So we'll look at some really interesting information to support robotics and also kind of against robotics. And you guys can tell me your opinions about it. So maybe first, Aka, like, how do you feel about robotics and the advancement of artificial intelligence? Do you think that it's like a positive development?
Everything has a pro and con, so yeah, it could be positive because without that technology, we cannot live like like now. I access to the internet to get the information or attending class. So yeah, kind of AI and robot can a lot of things instead of humans. However, maybe it's too rapid. Sometimes some people cannot follow this change, or including me. Sometimes it's difficult. Also, maybe it might cause some unpredictable effect, negative effect in the future.
Okay. So you appreciate it for the benefits that we receive now, but like we don't know maybe what will happen in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thanks for sharing your opinion. What about you, Rafa? Are you in favor of the advancement of robotic technology?
As Aka said, I think there are many pros, also many cons, the robotic. But I was thinking when the movies arrive on the humankind and every people's told it's horrible, could be for the population, and at the end it was an advance, and every big thought in life, I think there is the same different opinions, but at the end could be so nice. Don't work anymore, and only robots works instead of us.
Okay. So maybe that could be a possible benefit. Maybe like there could be a future where we don't have to go to work, but we could purchase a robot and it would do the work for us, maybe. Okay, so nice job. Okay, Enzo, I want to ask you too, like, do you are you in favor of the advancements of robotic technology?
Yes, I think this is a good thing. But the problem, I think, is the humanity.
Humanity?
Mm-hmm. Humanity cannot controlling your istinti naturali, non lo so come vedere.
Natural instinct.
Because when I invent a knife is a good thing, but the people what make with a knife? What do we do with a knife? You can cut the onion, but you can cut the people. And the knife is not the problem, it's the human problem. And I think with the robots it's the same. It's a good thing, but I scared what the people make with the robots in the future. This is my opinion.
Okay. And you could say, I'm afraid of what people will do with robots.
I'm afraid what people will do with the robots, yes.
In the future, yeah.
Because the robot is not intelligent alone, but he needs the people, the human.
Yeah, to program it.
To program it and to make, yes, I think this.
Yeah. So thanks for expressing your opinion about it too.
No.
So
problem.
so we're going to look at some information of how robots are already changing our lives and maybe how they could be affecting us even more in the future. So I'll share my screen, and I also put a link here in the chat box. So if you guys, if that's more convenient for you, you can open the link from the chat box. But this talks about how robotics are even changing parenting. And maybe we can read this a little bit together if it's okay with you guys. Maybe Rafa, I can ask you to read first for us. Since you're not usually here in the classes with us, maybe you can you can do the honors of starting.
Okay.
Could you read maybe the first two paragraphs?
Yeah.
Okay.
George Lucas created R2D2 as a robot character in his Star Wars franchise way back in 1977. In the film and its sequels, this smart asteroid supported the main characters in a human-like manner through their many adventures. What was just a figment of someone's imagination a few years ago has now becoming a reality with the emergence of social robots. The second paragraph. About a year ago, Hilton announced a partnership with IBM to pilot a robot concierge called Connie, named after Hilton founder Conrad Hilton. The robot works alongside Hilton team members to assist guests and personalize their travel experience. Connie leverages IBM's Watson cognitive capabilities to interact with guests and respond to their queries in a human-friendly manner by tapping into Wave Blesser's extensive travel domain knowledge. The more Connie interacts with guests, the more it learns, responding with improved recommendation. Oh, so difficult. Thank you.
Nice job with your reading, though.
A
Good.
lot of way words.
Yeah, there are a lot of really advanced words there. Were there some that you had questions about, like that you haven't seen before?
Figment in the first paragraph at the end.
Um,
Of figment.
Yeah, it's figment, a figment of someone's imagination. That's a phrase that's used together as like all the words are used together, and it means that it's something that you are just imagining. It's not something that's real. And do you guys notice any errors in this sentence? I see one in the grammar of the sentence. So when they wrote this last sentence here, they made a mistake. Can you guys spot the mistake?
C'è un errore?
Mm-hmm.
L'hai fatta apposta tu?
No.
Has now becoming strength.
Yeah. So what should this be? Has now becoming is wrong.
Is now becoming.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Oh.
Is now becoming, or so that could be in the present progressive. So it's something that's happening right now that's continuing to happen. So that's when we always use that ing. But if you want to say has now, then you have to say become in the present tense. Yeah, has now become. So either of those are correct, but has now becoming, of course, is incorrect. So I'm not sure who wrote this article. But we're the grammar police. We can find all of their mistakes. Have you guys heard also of a concierge?
No.
Rafa, have you heard it?
Yeah, I think it's the person who is in charge of in the reception at the hotel or something like that.
Great, very good. So what are some of the duties of a concierge? What are some of
to
his
give the
jobs?
keys and also to try to help to the West in every way. I am remembering a movie film with a concierge
Yeah.
giving all kind of things to the guest. I think it's this kind of guy or something.
Yeah, very good. So if you want to go to a restaurant or you need to wash your clothes, maybe you need to have your clothes laundered or washed, then you can always ask him and he'll give you recommendations or he'll take your things for you. Yeah. So that's kind of the job of a concierge.
I think it's very similar in Italian and Spanish, conserje.
Yeah, it looks like it's not an original English word. It looks like one that we borrowed maybe from another language. Okay, did you guys have other questions here?
Yes, leverage.
Leverage.
Oh, leverage.
No.
Let me find it here in
Leverage.
context.
Connie leverage.
Ah.
Leverage is IBM.
Well, usually leverage is used as a word for like something that you like if you are trying to make a deal with someone, the power that you have is called leverage to decide or to get what you want when you're trying to make a deal with someone. But here it says Connie leverages IBM's Watson cognitive capabilities to interact with guests. So maybe in this context, it means that she uses those capabilities or that technology from IBM. So, so in this case, you can see that the robot really acts as a person and like tries to interact with people in a very human-like manner. And they use this also. It's becoming more and more common to use them as companions also. So maybe we can continue with the reading of the next two paragraphs. And oh, Joe joined us too. Hi, Joe.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Nice to meet you. Here, I'll turn our video on so we can say hi.
I want to have this conversation.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you with us.
¿Qué es esto?
And Joe, like the last time you said that you were from China, right?
Yes, I'm from China.
Cool. What part of China are you from?
Now I'm living in North China, Shijiazhuang, Hebei, the capital of Hebei province. It's near to Beijing, about 300 kilometers.
Okay.
No necesita tu Google.
Very cool. Nice. And I have a lot of students from Beijing too. So that's really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I'm being on my workplace. I'm working on but how to say? I'm staying to the time for this conversation.
Oh, good. Okay. Maybe you're taking a little break.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, today we're talking all about robots. So hopefully it's something that is interesting for you. Oh, Adriana joined us too. Hi, Adriana.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. Better late than never.
Yeah, better late than never. Great job with that phrase.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Buongiorno, Enzo.
Buongiorno.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes. Es early, no? No. No.
Well, in Brazil, it's
no.
the morning.
It's the morning in Brazil, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, very,
it's
very
early in the morning, right?
Very early.
Yes, it's 6:25 now.
What?
Yeah, it's very early.
This lesson is in regular every week, right?
Yep, every week, yeah.
At same time.
Yep, usually at the same time. If I have to change the time though, I'll write it, yeah. But usually it's the same time.
Is the afternoon of one day, 5 o'clock p.m.
Oh, okay, for you it's 5
I
o'clock?
remember last week. Yeah, I remember last at the same time I encoded this video on my Hangout.
Cool, okay. Yeah, well, I'm really happy you guys are able to join us. And Adriana too, since it's so early, thanks for joining us too.
Yes, it was hard to wake up today, but I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, today we're talking a little bit about robots and whether the advancement of their technology is positive for us or if it could be maybe a negative thing. So we're going to continue, and I'm going to ask Aka to read the next 2 paragraphs here. Oops, hold on. I scrolled down too far.
Okay.
Okay.
Back home, India's oldest private bank, established in 1904, City Union Bank has taken the lead by being the first to introduce a humanoid robot for banks. This 2-foot-high AI-powered robot is driving the bank into a self-service era by answering customer queries. Fondly called Lakshmi, it can gesture and engage in conversations around 125 subjects using chatbot technology like Call Me. It also learns through interactions. Queries that it is not able to answer are directed to subject matter experts, whose responses are captured in a knowledge bank for future reference. Technology dealing with human behavior and interactions are also finding their way into homes through expensive home assistance devices. These take the form of voice-activated hands-free devices like Google Home or Amazon Echo, available for $130 and $180 respectively. They play music, provide information, answer questions, read the news, check the weather, and manage other home functions with voice-activated commands.
All right, great reading. Very good. And were there some words here that were a little bit unfamiliar? Or was it pretty easy to understand?
Queries is the name of the software or something? Queries.
Queries is another word for questions. And this is usually used in British English. But
It's elephant?
It's an elephant. It's usually used in British English, but yeah, it just means questions.
I see.
Yeah.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Yes.
Enzo has a question. Hold on.
What is this?
Amazon's Echo?
Amazon.
Amazon. You already know what Amazon is. Everyone knows what Amazon is, right?
Yes, that website. Yeah. And large wood in Brazil.
Oh, it has another name in Brazil?
No, large wood is in Brazil.
Oh, the city, the state.
Oh,
the forest.
Rainforest.
Rainforest.
I thought you were talking about the company.
I think yes, the company.
Yeah, the company totally stole the name of the rainforest.
The company is in Brazil. Okay, I understand.
No.
I know.
You know,
No,
Amazon
Brazil
is a big.
rainforest only, not the company.
Ah,
It has two meanings. One meaning is Amazon big forest. Another meaning is online shopping company. Popular
okay.
nowadays, popular in the world.
From England, I think. Inglaterra, you know.
That's American.
America, okay.
Yeah, it's an American company too.
Okay, sorry.
No, no worries.
Don't worry, Andrea. No, we have Amazon here in Germany too, and we use it a lot to buy things.
Yes.
So, did you guys have other questions? All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Maybe we can ask Joe to read next for us. Joe, would you like to read the next 2 paragraphs? Starting here with my colleague.
Okay. My colleagues. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My colleagues in the US introduced me to eco.price priced at USD 50, which I picked up as a gift for my daughter with a speaker, a power adapter, a USB charging cable, and instructions to download the Alexa to configure the device. Questions you call out how
Alexa's
Alex.
name?
Alexa is report pretty much like more child. From streaming music to setting an alarm or scheduling work, managing smart home device, and even making purchases. Much answer. Even every question, make it truly feel like a personal assistant. I'm sorry, I'm using my smartphone, and the screen, the words is difficult to see.
Yeah, it's really
Sorry.
small.
No
Hold on,
problem,
I'll try
no
to make
problem.
it bigger. Sorry about that. Yeah, you did well with your reading though. It's good. Yeah, nice job. So this is, these robots can be bought for a very small price, and they do a lot of work, maybe like a personal assistant would. And did you have questions about some of the vocabulary here, or this was pretty easy to understand?
Oh, I have no questions so far.
Okay, great. All right, so let's scroll down and then continue here where it says social robots. And I'll have to make it just a little bit bigger here so it all fits on the screen. And Joe, would you like to continue reading? Or do you want someone else to read?
Thank you. Social robots go a step beyond the voice-assisted devices. They incorporate. This is achieved by going beyond the speech interface to introduce non-verbal cues, like motion or physical gesture, which enhance human engagement. Brazil, professor at MIT, and the Robert Group at MIT Media Lab. On
the internet.
At first commercial social robot is used machine learning speech combined with basic movement to provide a friendly emotion expression. The company held the launch designer behind R2D2 rich audiophonic libraries, which enable expression priced at USD 750. It help families stay connected at home, recognize face and voices, and can deliver messages to family members as they come and go. Grab photographs, order their takeaway.
Yeah, nice job. Very
Very
good. So we can see here that they're very, very useful, a lot of these robots. And did anyone have questions about any of the words here?
As how they move the move on.
I didn't understand exactly, sorry, because it's cutting out just a little bit. Did you say facial recognition? Or no?
Cues.
Oh,
That's
cues.
cues.
Okay. So a cue is like, for example, they say nonverbal cues here. It's kind of like a sign. Yeah. For example, when someone is going to play a part in the theater, when it's time for them to go on stage, they have a cue. So maybe it will be something that the speaker is saying, and they know, okay, when they say this word, I have to go on. Or maybe someone points at them and they say, okay, when they point at me, I know I have to go on. So that's where that word cue comes from. So nonverbal cues are kind of like body language. So they've tried to teach these also to the robot to make it more human-like. Very interesting. Yeah. Great question. Okay, so we can see how they're becoming more and more useful for people. They have so many tasks that they can accomplish. Adriana, maybe I can ask you to continue reading here where it says not to be left behind.
Okay. Not to be left behind, India's growing tech startup ecosystem, which now is the third largest in the world, with many players engaged in emerging and cutting-edge technologies. I don't know what's that.
I think it should just be IT, but it says IIT.
IIT Mumbai graduates founded Emotics to address the social needs of Indian parents and children. With a team of engineers, mathematicians, artists, neuropsychologists, they created Miko, a companion robot for children. It's India's first companion robot capable of engaging, educating, and entertaining children above 5 years. Miko helps them learn, play, and develop skills. With access to a wide pool of knowledge, it can even recite bedtime stories or help a child with their studies. Equipped with a moral center, powered by ancient Indian values. It also has a parental dashboard to customize and manage activities of the child. Priced at, I don't know what's the money there in India, RS, 19,000. Miko provides parents with a viable alternative to smartphone addiction.
Great, thank you. And I wanted to practice the pronunciation of the word psychologist here.
Psychologist.
Psychologist, and also the word ecosystem. So this has a long E, ecosystem.
Eco.
Yeah, perfect. Very good. Ecosystem.
Ecosystem, it's related to ecology or not?
Yeah, very good. Usually it talks about all of the plants and animals that live together in one area. So they usually depend on each other too. They usually have a symbiotic relationship, they call it.
That's impressive. They try to combine ecosystem and the high technology, and even they are trying to construct these robots with more moral. It's it's mind blowing.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's possible. I agree.
So yeah, it's kind of shocking, and they try to meet the needs of children and parents. They're targeting them as possible consumers here. So looking at this photo, you can see maybe instead of having a companion, maybe instead of hiring a babysitter to teach your child or to play with him, you could get a little companion robot. But do you guys think that this would be a positive change? Maybe replacing people like the concierge that we saw in the beginning, the people working in the hotel, or people who might be our assistants, or who might be with our children. Do you think it's good to replace them with robots? Maybe Adriana, I could start with you.
I think so.
It's difficult to answer. I think only the future will bring us the answer, because nowadays we think it's okay, it's a great thing, but in the future we will see the outcomes in the children personalities, because we need to interact with others, human beings. And even though some human beings may teach something wrong to the child, maybe the robot will teach something better. I don't know. Let's
Okay.
wait and see.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to know right now. Okay. Rafa, what would you say? Do you think that it's good to replace humans in these examples with robots?
Oh, I was amazing, because at the beginning of the session I thought in robots only for make cars or for help us in work at the job, but always in your classes we are attending the new breakthroughs about IT, new technologies, and it's so amazing. I never thought about how parenthood could be done for this kind of robots. I need to think in this new issue.
Yeah, like maybe they could say like exactly the right thing, but it's not like a parent or a human saying it. It's just a machine. I don't know. Aka, what would you say about it? How do you feel?
Yeah, actually, it's seriously discussed nowadays here because aging society has started. So
Oh yeah.
in the near future, large aging population here, but problem is who take care of them. And one Also, there are one virtual idol, pop idol, actually got a popularity even though he's not real. He actually human can synthesize a robot or AI. Actually, it happens here. Also, senior citizens who live alone and sometimes this kind of robot like pet or doll, talking doll, can heal their feeling. So it's kind of human recognition is changing. Also, the all robot hotel were opened. Maybe because of the nowadays for the curiosity. Nowadays, maybe people don't think how robot can deal with the customer. But if this thing keep developed, maybe all robot hotel would be available. And but I'm a 21st century man, so if I stayed in a all robot hotel, I would be a bit scared because sometimes the robot recognition and not sometimes robot recognition and human recognition is somewhat different. So even though the AI can do a deep learning, which means robot itself can learn like humans, maybe some unpredictable result would happen. Also, human touch. I don't know. Maybe now researchers thinking about that human touch thing, but to get over uncanny valley because this robot intentionally made this kind of cute robot-like looks because if it is a human-like, maybe people feel spooky.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but
That's true.
nowadays, in terms of outlook, researchers are now studying about how to get comfortable human-like outlook robot can get. So I don't know the future actually. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they're also already like taking like a big social role then in Japan if they're acting as companions for senior citizens and yeah, they even have whole robot hotels. That's crazy. So we'll see what the future holds, like Adriana says. Joe, what
Yeah.
do you think? Do you think that we could replace humans with robots in many of these cases? Do you think it's good?
I think it is indeed a funny topic. I think healthy intelligence regards the high advanced technology future. It's very interesting, but it is the first time I take part in this discussion.
Yeah. So this is one really positive way that robots are being used. That it's useful maybe, but you can see that they're also able to do like they've recently just performed the first ever surgery on the human eye, and maybe Aka, what do you think could be one advantage of having a robot perform surgery instead of a person?
Like 3D printer, it's pretty precise. Human hands or human condition, it's up to doctor's condition at that day. But robot, if the robot might have the kind of a back problem or unstable sometimes, like internet. But in general, robots can cut or can do a thing more precise than humans do.
Okay, yeah, that's true. All right, this is another way that they're being used in a positive way. Robots are starting to pick apples, so they're replacing humans in this sense too. Adriana, how could this be an advantage to have a robot picking apples or harvesting things instead of a human?
I think in this case it's better because when doing this kind of work, maybe we get in contact with some substances. I don't know the name. It's kind of
Dico
poison
troppa verità.
they use to get the food to grow faster.
Mhm.
So it's better for our health. Our health is. I think it's a great advantage, and human being can do other kinds of work.
Okay. Yeah, like maybe things that require more thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So we could leave that kind of manual labor maybe to the robots, and maybe they also wouldn't get tired like a human, so they would be able to work nonstop until everything was finished.
Oh yes, they don't get tired. They don't shake too much. They don't get sick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But in this case, they don't have like the other robot we read about more moral issues and kind like that emotions. I think robot it's better to do the job, not to teach values, teach this kind of human condition to children, for example.
Okay, yeah, that's true. So maybe humans could take on those jobs that require some kind of moral, uh, yeah, some morality.
Yes. Let's send the robot to our jobs and stay at home with our children.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's kind of similar to what Rafa said in the chat box there. Rafa, maybe you can say it for Joe because he can't see the chat box.
Um, I was thinking in this sentence in Italian, il dolce fare niente or il dolce far niente, I don't know, but it's the
Dolce vita.
pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
dolce vita,
Yeah.
and the pleasure to doing nothing, only watch the life, enjoy the life, enjoy with your friends, learn some new learnings or new new issues, and
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing because I didn't think at the beginning of the class how robot could do so huge, so large kind of words, and also reminding the beginning of the mm, the the net,
Oh yeah, the beginning of the
Google,
internet. Yeah.
the internet. At the beginning, you could only see one chat box or the downloading of one page. It took almost 3 minutes, and nowadays it's amazing how we can manage these internet devices. Could be the beginning of the new era in our lives.
Yeah, very
We need
good.
to be aware.
Yeah. And Rafa, you used another word earlier. You said the word breakthrough. So I wanted to practice the pronunciation of that word, breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Yeah, breakthrough, like an amazing advancement, a breakthrough. Nice job.
Breakthrough.
Yeah. So we see that robots are very, very useful, but there is also a little bit of a negative side in the opinion of some people. And this could be once they're starting to be used as robots. And this is kind of what Enzo said earlier. He said maybe I could invent a knife, and this could be a good invention. We could use it to cut our food, to chop onions, but we can't control what people do with it. So they could also use it to hurt other people. And that's also the problem that some are concerned about with robotic technology, that this could become maybe a dangerous thing in the future. So you guys can see this in the photo. Some police are using robots to go in and act as police officers that are invincible, that they're not humans that can die. So there's no human life involved, and they can go in to very dangerous situations. So I wanted to ask Enzo about this. How do you think that this is a good idea to use robots as police officers armed with weapons?
Oh, I have now an opinion. I need to think.
Okay, Enzo, think about it. What do you think, Adriana? Do you think it's good to use them as police officers with weapons?
It reminds me that movie, I think it's RoboCop. The beginning, everything was great, was a huge breakthrough, and then the robots start killing everybody. So it's difficult to say. Maybe if the robots are well designed, they can perform better than humans, because to be a police officer, it's difficult to handle with human beings. It's difficult in this kind of situation. It involves emotions and anger. It's difficult to handle. So I don't know, maybe it's a good idea.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's one good thing. They don't have emotions, so maybe they could not make decisions based on anger.
Yes, they can control their self better, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Aka. Enzo said we can. I can ask the other people. So, Aka, what do you think about it? Do you think that it's good to use them as police officers and that they should be armed with weapons?
Maybe good for the police officer because they don't need to deal with such a complicated problem. Because sometimes it's a death or a life matter. So
a life or death matter, yeah.
Yeah. So, but sometimes robot, since robot doesn't have emotion, also recognition pattern is still different from humans. So some terrible kind of result would happen. That's a negative point of this usage.
Yeah, and some argue that they're not able to make moral decisions, and you can see another robot that is being used now by some. I don't know if you can see it moving here. It's being used by some armies now. It's been developed, and it's armed with a machine gun. So what could be a possible negative effect of this kind of robots? Maybe Rafa, I could ask you your opinion.
I was thinking you had some words at the beginning of the class. It depends. The use of the knife could be in a pretty nice way. Only robots going to the war. No humans in the war anymore. Only robots. In the next war could be only war with no person on it, but could be so dangerous too, even though could be some perks, disadvantages, perks, or could be another advantages in this kind of new develop. That's all.
Good. Michelle, go in the bathroom. She coming in 1 minute. And yes, I can continue the class.
What's your opinion, Enzo?
Oh, my opinion is this: the robots. I think the robots cannot understand all the situation and the robots cannot reaction. I don't know.
React, I
React.
think.
Yes. For all the situation, and the people cannot. Yes, but the robots have a program on the robots. React. I think React is the right word. The robots react with what the program said. The people, the human can use the mind, can use
Yes.
¿cómo se llama? La perspicacia?
Insight.
In all the situation, and can use, yes, the emotion. The robot, no. I think when you program the robot, you see an object, you kill. Yes. When this object is un giovane,
A baby.
a baby,
Or a little boy.
what make the robot?
Yes.
The robot kill, no? And I think robot police, I cannot understand the situation. You can program many situations in the memory of the robot, but you cannot, I think, all the situation, and the robot reacts very good. I don't think so. This is not a good idea. I think robot, nell'insieme, it's not a good idea.
Like as a whole. Yeah.
I think we don't need robots. Have many people.
We
Well,
need
that's-
more people.
Yeah.
Less
Need more people.
robots.
That's the argument that they present here too, that like many people think that we'll have like robot butlers or, you know, people helping us, like the other articles were mentioning. But this writer said, I'm not so sure anymore, because they think that most of the robots will actually be used for war or as weapons. And if we see the way that most governments spend their money, like a lot of the money that a government spends goes to defense or like weapons. So that's a real danger of the advancement of robotic technology, that it will be used as weapons that are unable to make those good moral judgments. That's a little scary. And like the final argument, of course, this is the most popular one against robots, is that they're taking jobs away from people that need jobs. Aka, do you think that that is like a valid argument? Because I know robots are very popular now in Japan.
Yeah, it is said, robot get rid of, this kind of manual work, simple manual work, but also intellectual work like lawyer or teacher, teachers. Also, talking about lawyers, lawyer can have to deal with a lot of previous case. So at the beginning, robot can be a supporter of to take such previous case of trials. But some people say robot itself can be a lawyer in the future. I don't know what would happen, but what is happening now is, the current researching about AI can learn by themselves like human. Human don't have to program them. They grow up by themselves like human kids.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what AI now. So shift this kind of job. How can I say? Job. Not only the manual work job, but also intellectual job can be threatened by robots actually in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do you think that maybe we should slow down or stop the advancement of this technology to save jobs? Or do you think that it's so valuable that we should continue, even if it puts those jobs at risk?
In terms of the I don't know. Maybe in terms of the mutant use, maybe we need to have a clear consensus. Maybe discuss that before we start using that. But this kind of thing, I don't know which is better. But sometimes, yeah, it causes a very negative effect to the society or the technology itself. So it's
Yeah.
as I said, this kind of things happening too rapidly. So maybe now we cannot follow this change. I think so. Maybe stop, wait and see. Sometimes stop to think it again. Be be better. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe slowing down might be the best, the best
Yeah.
option you say then. Yeah. Okay, Adriana, what do you think? Do you think it's worth it to have these amazing advancements and breakthroughs in robotic technology, or do you think these like the threat of weaponry or the threat of jobs being taken away from people should like maybe slow or stop this technology from advancing?
No, I think they need to go on. Uh, Always, we need this kind of breakthrough. As Aka said about lawyers, I think it's a great idea. It's a wonderful idea because the lawyers we have, they can deceive, they can lie, and if we have in the future a robot that cannot lie, I I know they can program the robot to lie too, but it will be so I think it will be more easy to find out that the robot is lying, maybe, because if we had this kind of job that the person are deceiving replacing by robots, that would be great, and we could do another kind of jobs with human contact, jobs that involve emotions. We need to perform better. We will perform better this kind of jobs, and the other kind of jobs like lawyers, or the one you said about uh, harvesting, about the I forgot the word.
Yeah,
Agri-
harvesting apples. Oh, agriculture.
yes, agriculture. This
Mhm.
kind of job, I think it's wonderful to give to the robots.
Okay, yeah, okay. So maybe the things that nobody wants to do. They can.
Yes,
I think agriculture is fun though. I like growing things, but yeah. There's
not
not
every
not too
day.
much time, yeah. Rafa, what would you say? Do you think that it's worth it to have these huge advancements or no?
Perhaps the future is no anymore white collars jobs and no more blue collar jobs. Could be amazing. It blows me up my mind because I can imagine nobody working in the agriculture, nobody working at the farm, nobody working as parent. No, as parent, I think it will continues, but
I hope so.
finally they are discovering robots that could make babies too, as we are doing right now. The future could be incredible, and always technology, the new
Mhm.
breakthroughs in technology, mm, be a kind of threatening or a kind of threat in our lives, but at the end, finally, they become so interesting and improve our lives, in my opinion.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you have a more positive point of view of the robots then and their technology advancing. That's good. Okay, and Enzo, what would you say at the end? Would you agree with the advancement of robot technology, or do you think it should be slowed or stopped for the dangers involved?
I don't. Yes, I think stopped. Sorry, I may have another opinion because the robots. I think this invention
Inventions? Mhm.
invention is, I think, is good for the economy. Make powerful, como diz?
Yeah, it'll make your economy more powerful.
More powerful. I think this invention is no principle for help the people. I think for help the economy from the states or from the. I think because yes, for food is good. For food, make this
For harvesting.
for harvesting is good, but have many robots, but the people dying lo stesso di fame.
Oh, people are still dying from hunger.
And more people than before. It's good idea, but when you this idea no can use right, giusto?
Correctly. Yeah.
Correctly, cosa ne faccio di questa idea?
Yeah, like what can I do with this good idea
What can I
if we
do?
don't if we
Yes.
don't like use the technology correctly, if we don't administer, for example, like he's saying with food harvesting, maybe we can grow a lot more food than we could in the past, and maybe we can harvest all the food with robots, but still we have the same problem of like poverty and hunger. So maybe it's
Yes.
important to focus on those problems.
Yes.
Is that what you think, instead of robots?
I think this. I no need this. It's good for the economy, but for the people, no, because no use correctly this technology. The people go to the moon and search other life, and here the life muoiono,
And here, yeah, people are dying.
dying.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's nice. The technology is nice, but no use it correctly, and I think no need. This is my opinion. Sorry, it's a little bit different from all the other opinion, but it's my opinion.
You did a nice job saying your opinion too in English. And Adriana had a question about what blue-collar workers are. So Akko is writing there in the chat box, blue-collar workers are people who have jobs that involve manual labor. So maybe people who work in factories and people who work in an office or have to wear a suit. They wear like this kind of shirt that is like a dress shirt, usually with a tie. And these are called white-collar workers, even though Enzo's shirt is blue. Don't let that confuse you. Normally they're called white-collar workers. Yeah, so that's the difference there. If you hear that expression again in the future, blue-collar workers and white-collar workers.
LOL. Che significa LOL?
LOL means laugh out loud. Come
Okay.
stanno ridendo.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, great job, guys. You
Thanks.
all had very like insightful thoughts about robots and whether they're really as useful as humans or like really as good as humans at doing certain jobs. And we saw that they are very very useful for many different things, but maybe there are some things that humans can't be replaced, like parents, for example. So thank you guys so much for joining us and for expressing your opinions. You all did really well today with your English. Also, Enzo, good job, Enzo.
Hey, nice job, Enzo. Enzo
Oh, thank you very
was
much.
the teacher when Michelle was in the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of coffee this
Nice.
morning.
I was good teacher, yes? Please,
Yes, a great
stay to
teacher.
Michelle, please.
Like a teacher. All right, so thanks
Thank you
for
both of
coming,
you.
guys. Yeah, thanks,
Thanks.
Rafa, for coming too. It's nice to have you with us today. And Aka, as always, and Adriana.
Yes,
Right.
So we'll see you guys again soon.
yes, another time.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you, Rafa.
See you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Adriana.